And that's led to a highly charged lawsuit. Here's John Blackstone.
Coffee sellers are steamed. A lawsuit that's been grinding on for years alleges no matter how you make it, your daily jolt of Java comes with a potential carcinogen, acrylamide.
That's the major reason coffee turns brown.
Bill Ristenpart, a chemical engineer, teaches the science of coffee at UC Davis. As an expert witness, he testified that acrylamide forms naturally as foods cooked at high temperatures turn brown.
It's a major reason you get this yummy brown stuff on the outside of your steak when you char it.
But in high doses, acrylamide has been found to cause cancer in mice. That puts it on a list of cancer-causing chemicals that businesses in California are required to alert consumers about. So now, under California's Proposition 65, coffee shops are being forced to post signs like this. Trouble is, in California right now, cancer seems to be brewing everywhere. At least it appears that way if you pay any attention to these Prop 65.
Found Saturday, 17th February 2018 by J. Rupert in Wavertree, Liverpool, Merseyside, England, United Kingdom lost 10%. Found Ref F4914.
Concerned that there's something lurking in places
At
and they don't know what
Trump
it
has
is.
3 solutions to shooting massacres in U.S. Schools 1, thoughts 2, prayers 3, skipping golf 1.
But at the same time, when you put a bold declaration, X may cause cancer, when then there isn't data to that effect in humans, to me it causes panic rather than informed knowledge.
In a statement, the National Coffee Association told CBS News this lawsuit
lock her up, all of that was developed. I think that was developed strategically with people from the Kremlin, with
cancer
Putin.
warnings at a time when the public needs clear and accurate information about health. While 13 defendants, including Gloria Jeans and 7-Eleven,
At Kurt Eichenwald, as a protest, all rational Americans should right now write a check as a donation to the campaigns of every top politician in Washington. There should be no dollar figure. It should say only thoughts and prayers. That's all they give their children. Give it right back to them. At Real Omar Navarro, at KF. Went at KFC near my office. First thing that drives me nuts when someone who works in the United States and doesn't know English. Then I get their order and person feels entitled to give an attitude after messing up. Support businesses who speak English. Enough is enough.
Federal crimes while seeking to interfere in the United States political system.
There's just nothing we can do. If it was a Muslim or a Mexican doing the shooting, how many new laws and how much money would we spend then to stop the madness? But since it's almost always a white kid, there's just nothing we can do. America has 5% of the world's population, and yet 31% of the world's mass shootings. We're worried about people coming to this country. They should be worried about us going to theirs. Australia had 4 mass shootings between 87 and 96. They passed stricter gun laws and haven't had a single mass shooting since. And here I thought, guns don't kill, people do. Is this the people we are? Last time I said we need to find a way to stop a nut with a gun, and that's all I said. I get an email saying, I'm saving my last bullet to put it right between your eyes. Just another responsible gun owner in America, and I'm taking all bets. He's a white guy. So there's just nothing we can do. I'm Dale Hansen. It's getting harder to enjoy the day.
US presidential election. But Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said he would not comment until he saw the facts. You know, I have no response, he said during the Munich Security Conference on Saturday. You can publish anything, and we see
Donald
these
Trump should have been impeached, but
multiplying.
he didn't impose sanctions on Russia for attacking our democracy.
Until we see the
He is
facts,
providing aid and
everything
comfort
else
to an
is
enemy
just
who is
blather.
committing cyber and information warfare against the United
One of the
States.
Russian companies
Treasonous
accused of
president.
meddling is Internet Research Agency in St. Petersburg. It is known for its trolling activities on social media.
At Station Bird, at Golden
Tweeting on
Here will
Friday,
make you
US
sick to your
President
stomach.
Donald Trump
Trumpers
said
who had a
Russia's
biggest meeting with
activities
Florida
began
police about the
before he
Parkland
announced
shooting
he
and
was
giving
running
a thumbs
for
up like
president,
yes at the
and
grand
that there
opening
was
of a
no
car lot.
collusion with his 2016 election campaign.
At Station Bird,
Trump has
there is
repeatedly
more here.
rejected
He is visiting the
claims that
hospital of the
Russian
victims from
interference
Parkland,
helped
Florida.
deliver
Why the
victory
hell is
for
he
him
doing a thumbs up?
against
Kids were
Hillary
killed in cold
Clinton.
blood in a mass shooting. You should be mourning, not grinning. You have not a shred of dignity and respect for the victims.
Mueller has indicted 13 Russian nationals for allegedly interfering in the 2016 U.S.
At
election.
CNN, they say that tougher gun laws do not decrease gun violence. Nicole V.S. Florida high school shooting survivor Emma Gonzalez calls on President Trump and lawmakers to tighten gun restrictions in impassioned speech at an anti-gun rally in Fort Lauderdale.
That's going to be Marjorie Stoneman Douglas in that textbook, and it's all going to be due to the tireless effort of the school board, the faculty members, the family members, and most importantly, the students.
The 37-page indictment sealed on Friday by a federal grand jury named 13 Russian nationals and 3 Russian organizations, which according to the document,
the students still in the hospital, the students who are now suffering from PTSD, the students who had panic attacks during the vigil because the helicopters who wouldn't leave us alone, hovering over the school 24 hours a day.
To help then candidate Donald
There has been
Trump
one tweet that I would like to call attention to.
Rival Hillary Clinton.
So many signs that the Florida shooter was mentally disturbed, even expelled for bad and erratic behavior. Neighbors and classmates knew he was a big problem, must always report such instances to authorities again and again. We did. Time and time again. Since he was in middle school, it was no surprise to anyone who knew him to hear that he was the shooter.
And stage political rallies.
Those talking about how we should have not ostracized him, you didn't know this kid. Okay, we did.
The indictment, the
We know that they're claiming that there are mental health issues, and I am not a psychologist, but we need to pay attention to the fact that this isn't just a mental health issue. He wouldn't have harmed that many students with a knife.
Simultaneously staging rallies to protest his election.
At least one man in California reached a plea deal with prosecutors over his role in helping the Russians establish
for something that was the shooter's fault.
Rosenstein said there's no suggestion
At Charles Dixon Blood, Ava Roberts is the youngest African-American female doctor in the world. At 23 years old, she is exceptional force. She excelled through medical school and was considered a child prodigy. Black Story Month.
Ongoing investigation have been looking into
At YouTube, UVS the live answer she tells you not to worry about.
And possible efforts to cover it up. Trump was
At Sean Spicier, I don't even know what would make Russia think they could meddle in our elections. Obama told them to knock it off and everything.
Any involvement. And on Friday, a spokeswoman for the Russian Foreign Ministry called the allegations, quote, absurd. Before leaving for Florida on Friday, U.S. President Donald Trump tweeted that Russia's anti-U.S. campaign began in 2014, long
Welcome to Top Stories Today. Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts. President Trump wallops Obama with brilliant $12 billion maneuver. You will cheer. Are you tired of winning yet? Most likely not. As the liberal media exhausts and diverts, President Trump keeps on demonstrating why we chose him. The notable tax cut bill gave help to a huge number of hard-working Americans. That, as well as it, slashed the corporate tax rate, and it reminded Americans how abusive the administration was under Obama for as far back as a decade. That implies companies, large and small, are currently saving genuine bucks. Obama and his Democrat attendants said on the off chance that we did that, those companies would just swarm the reserve funds. My, how they were not right. We've officially revealed that various businesses have given back to their employees on account of the tax cut law. I guaranteed we'd hear about more organizations later on. Learn to expect the unexpected. Here they are.
Israel strikes Gaza Strip after 4 soldiers in the news DW-17 2.2018.
Announced massive bonuses and investments on Thursday thanks to the recently passed Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. Health insurer Cigna announced on Thursday that they will increase their minimum wage to $16 per hour and will raise contributions to their retirement accounts due to the recently passed Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. More than 30,000 Cigna employees will benefit from Cigna's expanded benefits. UPS also announced on Thursday that they will invest more than $12 billion to expand the company's smart logistics network and increase UPS pension funding. Hostess will give more than 1,000 employees a bonus of $1,250. which includes $750 in cash and a $500 contribution to their 401k. The food giant will give their employees a multi-pack product of the week for free. Local Hostess bakeries will choose which snacks to give their employees each week. Not exclusively are workers getting rewards and increments to their retirement plans, some are getting free tidbits. Democrats restricted the corporate tax cut since they didn't trust businesses would utilize it to help their employees. They thought companies were as covetous and underhanded as they may be. Stunning. Might they be able to have been all the more off-base? A great many companies have announced bonuses, pay increases in charitable contributions, and increases in retirement contributions. None of this would have happened in the event that they were all the while paying Obama's gigantic corporate tax rate. However, liberals still are whining. Why? Do they detest America that much that they can't celebrate such a win? Americans are profiting. That cash will be returned to our economy, making more jobs and riches. That is useful for our nation. I figure Democrats wanted the money all to themselves. They have a considerable measure of sexual harassment suits to settle, all things considered. What do you think about this? Please share this news and scroll down to comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. Top Stories Today.
Russia's foreign minister has once again slammed the U.S. for accusing Russian nationals of meddling in America's 2016 presidential election. Sergei Lavrov dismissed the new allegations as blather, saying he would make further comments only if he's presented with facts. He said
Deputy
even
Ira Rosenstein on grand jury indictment of Russians.
the investigation into question. Earlier in the day, U.S. Special Counsel Robert Mueller charged 13 Russian nationals with interfering in the last presidential vote. U.S. President Donald Trump once again rejected any collusion between his campaign and Russians. Crossing over to New York, joined by Mr. Don DeBar, radio host and political commentator. Great to have you with us. Well, what is going on here? On the one hand, we have the president and his administration basically continue to say that there is
White
no
House blames
collusion.
Russia for not picking up the most costly cyber attack in history. Wired.
Several, at least 13 Russian nationals being charged by U.S. Special Counsel Robert Mueller for interfering. Tell me your take on all of this.
Well, I spent an hour this morning going through the 37-page indictment, which came out of the district court in the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C. The first thing to note is that it's a cliche in American justice jurisprudence.
Canada postpones marijuana legalization.
In American courts, that any prosecutor can secure an indictment from any grand jury at any time, including a ham sandwich. That's just a cliche, that you can indict a ham sandwich if you try. It's because the way the process is designed, it's intended essentially to make allegations and the jury to agree that, yeah, let's have a trial on that. So in this particular case, the jury pool, that whether it was a conscious selection or just more convenient.
Best President Essay Sales 2018 on laptops, TVs, and GearWire.
Chose Washington, D.C., which happens to be the most heavily Democratic metropolitan area in the United States. Now, if you look at polling data, of course, people most likely to believe that there's some there to Russiagate are registered Democratic voters, exactly that jury pool. So, if you read the actual indictment, there's no evidence of anything other than some factual claims about some banking transactions. The details of the transactions themselves are not made, and of course, the details of the parties and account numbers and such that you would need to verify these claims are redacted because of privacy laws. So there's absolutely no meat in the
Let's look around. Found this nugget. Russian indictment. PayPal, YouTube, Facebook used to sway us politics. Check this. Russian actors had a complex system of search engine optimization, virtual private networks, and engineers dedicated to data analysis, graphics and data, with a goal of sowing distrust in the American political system, according to a new indictment. "13 Russian nationals and 3 Russian entities, indicted by a federal grand jury on Friday, are being accused of interfering with U.S. political processes across multiple campaigns, in violation of criminal laws. Twitter, PayPal, Google's YouTube, and Facebook, and subsidiary Instagram were among technology tools used by a Russian network of about 80 employees," the indictment said. The role of social media in the election has been a specter for Silicon Valley, amid growing calls for more regulation around giants like Facebook. The setup revealed by Friday's indictment, not unlike a digital media startup, sheds light on exactly what American technology companies have been up against. The indictment adds more color to testimony made by technology executives over the past year. Representatives from Facebook, Twitter, and Google have told Congress that they were taking steps to remove fake accounts and counter propaganda, estimating that millions of people may have been exposed to the Russian content. The groups created social media movements including United Muslims of America, Army of Jesus, Blacktivist, South United, and Heart of Texas, with a goal of undermining democracy as a whole, according to Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein. They purchased advertisements and had hundreds of accounts in the names of both real and made-up Americans. Israeli archaeologists in Theresa May Mosaic Bar News Bar DW Bar 082.2018. Now this is just outlandish. The 1,800-year-old mosaic depicts three prosperous-looking males wearing togas. The colorful, high-quality mosaic is the first of its kind to be found in Israel. Archaeologists in Israel have discovered a Roman-era mosaic in the historic coastal city of Caesarea, the country's antiquities body site, on Thursday. The mosaic, dating back to the 2nd or 3rd century AD, was discovered during the excavation of a building from the Byzantine period some 300 years younger than the mosaic it was hiding. The surprise was actually that we found two beautiful monuments from the glorious days of Caesarea, Peter Gendelman, co-director of excavation for the Israel Antiquities Authority, said, referring to the building and mosaic. The excavated portion of the mosaic, which measures about 3.5 meters by 8 meters 11 feet by 26 feet in size, depicts three prosperous-looking males wearing togas, one facing the viewer and the other two in profile. It also bears geometric patterns and an inscription in Greek, which is damaged. Now this is just outlandish. Found the juicy. The downing of an Israeli warplane on Saturday threatened to escalate tensions between Israel and Iran. But now the two adversaries are actively trying to avoid a full-blown confrontation, writes Israeli security and intelligence commentator Yossi Millman.